Good morning. It's that time again. And this week's top shots come from all over. We also have some tearjerkers that are surprising for Butch Queen University. And this week, our loose screws are two unlikely characters. Our employee of the week is Mo Hickman, and we are seeing what's brewing with Greg Ruffin. Saturdays just got better with your hosts, D'Angelo Hernandez, Oaklyn Jonas Galloway, and CJ Waters.
Welcome and welcome back, everyone. This is The Morning After, the one and only web reality morning show. We appreciate you all for being here, and we're grateful to have you with us. We've got a brand new menu for this week, so let's not waste time. Top Shocks is up first.
It's time for Top Shocks.
Shocking us this week, we've got GameBoyz ATL, we have Messy Boots, and Butch Queen University. I'm going to start with GameBoyz ATL. Sav, one of the cast members from GameBoyz, this is their second season, is also a cast member on Messy Boots on their second season. How do you guys feel about cast members in the web reality world cycling from show to show? It's not something that you guys see in the mainstream web reality world very much when it comes to like franchises of shows. So what does it look like to you guys to see it in the web reality world? Let's start with D'Angelo.
I actually think it looks good. Just to be completely honest, I think that eventually it's going to happen a lot more, and I think he's doing a good job at it.
Absolutely. What's your thoughts, CJ?
To be honest, I honestly think that's pretty normal because there's like several people that I can actually name that has been on more than one web reality series, and I also think I want to say too that in the mainstream world, like there's like maybe a few people that do that as well. So I think I would say that's interesting to see. But as long as he's like doing something with it, like as far as like capitalizing off the platform, then that's good for him.
100%. That goes back to what I was saying about Carl going on Chasing Atlanta and going on The Scene Atlanta, which I found out was actually his show that he's airing on JT's platform, Stylish TV. So that's even more of a power move that I didn't even expect. So love that for him. But another fun fact that I found out was the EP for Messy Boots, YOB Lenny, he was actually on season 1 of GameBoyz. And so I appreciate the camaraderie of these two platforms. And I wonder how closely they work with the interworkings of their shows. I wonder if they, choose cast members together or like how tight they really are when it comes to producing their shows.
That's interesting.
Very much so, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can interview him and find out as well.
I can't wait. I'm sure it's coming. I'm just going to hold my breath and, wait for the word to happen. But scooting over onto Messy Boots, I thought that the top shock for this week was Eminem Toxic getting snubbed by Sav, speaking of, for not apologizing to him publicly for something that happened last season. So my question to you guys, and I'm going to push it to CJ first, is do you guys take that whole the apology has to be as loud as the disrespect this seriously?
Absolutely not. Now, all I'm gonna say is if somebody choose not to apologize to you, then the only thing you can do is just move forward and just forgive them in peace. Like you ain't gotta beat them up and make them apologize to you. Like you can't make nobody do what you want them to do. So I just feel like that was really unnecessary.
100%. What's your thoughts, Dick?
Well, I disagree, CJ, because for me personally, if you're going to say something out loud and put it on the internet, then I need you to go ahead and apologize to me out loud and on the internet. Let's not be fake in person, baby. Talk to me online, then apologize to me online.
Fair enough. That makes me very excited for some things to come, but we'll put a pin in that for later. Let's talk about Butch Queen University for just a second. My top shock for that show has to be Fat Cat and Markel both being on this show together. Now, for those who don't know, they're a one-time porn star couple, and this left me with a lot of questions. So I want to kick it to D'Angelo. What did you think about this? Do you know who these people are? And is this as much tea for you as it is for me?
I lived for it. And girl, you know I know who them people is. You know I'm always dropping things. I personally lived for it. I am wondering like what exactly they're gonna give on there. Because one of them was just pretty much like kind of chilled, laid back during the episode. As you can see, the other one was interacting more than him. So I wonder if that's just his personality, where he's just more chilling, laid back, and the other one is more outgoing. If so, I'm definitely interested to see how that dynamic plays out together on the show and how that works for them in their personal life.
Mm. What's your thoughts, CJ?
I would say the same. I just want to see how the dynamic is going to play out between the two. But it seemed like to me, I mean, they don't really have any issues. But I mean, who knows?
So you do know who these people are, CJ?
Just a tad bit, but not too much.
Okay,
You seen the video, CJ?
very
A
cute.
couple.
Okay, very demure. We love that. For me, it just there's an entire lore behind this for me. So it left me wondering, one, are they still together? Because I haven't seen them in much content lately. So I don't know if they're actually still together, what's going on with that. Have they actually broken up? And I wonder if they're gonna dive into the whole discourse that happened behind them getting together, being that it was rumored that Fat Cat actually stole him from Markel's last boyfriend, Ja, who he was in another porn star couple with. So wonder if that's going to be brought up or discussed at all. We'll see. But this is some Twitter and some OnlyFans lore. So it's very, if you know, you know. Drop down in the comments and let us know if you know who we're talking about. But yeah.
Most people do.
I'm pretty sure y'all know. But I'm trying to keep it cute because, this is a morning show. You know what I'm saying? So before we get a little bit too late night, let's close this part out, woosah for just a bit, and let's discuss our tearjerkers. Alrighty, so pulling at our heartstrings this week, I'm going to start with Messy Boots. Because not only did Toxic get snuck by Sav, but he also got blamed for it by the EP, which it just sucked all the way around. Now, starting with D'Angelo, how did you feel about this? Because I just, dang.
I just really felt bad for the boy. Like he literally was sitting there trying to have a conversation with the young man, and next thing you know, he just fell. But it was really shocking because I feel like security should have been more in play to like protect him, which at first they was. But if you notice, he went off and got on his phone, so it wasn't like he left him just clear and open for him just to get hit, and that poor boy got hit. You can tell he's not a fighter. Why is he there, y'all?
Listen, I have no idea, but I felt bad for him because you can tell he really was expecting to just pop it and keep it moving, and then he got popped, and then that boy kept it moving. So, CJ, what were your thoughts?
Ooh, man, I really felt bad because I honestly feel like he was set up almost. It just felt like it was a setup. Like that's my opinion. But overall it was just painful to see.
Do you think that this was a scheme that Todd set up, or do you think that this was a scheme that Lenny set up? I'm just asking for the people.
Well, Lenny said he didn't.
I feel like the first one.
Okay, so we're gonna give it to Todd.
Yeah, we're gonna give it the first one.
Listen, I just felt bad for Toxic because, Lenny wasn't listening to anyone. Not only was Toxic saying, I didn't throw the drink, but I don't know if that was the security guard or if that was the producer that was standing there that was also saying, like, this is what happened, da-da-da-da-da. And Lenny was so convinced that this boy threw this drink that got him punched in his mouth. It was so sad. On top of that, I just hate sneaking in a general sense. That's just one of those things. I can't stand that. But moving on, we're going to scoot over to Butch Queen University, and we're going to talk about the final words at the end of the episode from who I believe was Tay, the CEO. Now, I thought that Tay, the guy who was in the blue shorts that was sitting in the stool in front of everybody speaking at the end, I thought that he really shared some encouraging and inspiring words for the cast, because basically what he was saying was that allegedly half of the cast was warned or, kind of told not to show up to this thing, and they came anyway. And I can truly appreciate that vision. So I wanted to, toss it to you guys. CJ, what was your thoughts on that?
Um, well, at first I kind of misunderstood the message, but then I had to like watch it a couple of times again just to understand it. But yeah, I think that was very encouraging of him to let them know that.
Your thoughts, D'Angelo?
I enjoyed it. I think that it was very good, especially coming like from a producer standpoint. He definitely let everybody know that he wanted them there. And if they ever was discouraged to do anything, always go with your first mind to do what your first mind tells you. Don't worry about what the next person tell you not to do. And also, it was good to see all of those cootie queens in a room together, and there was no drama, there was no fighting. Everybody was enjoying themselves and having a good time. So I enjoyed it. I lived for it. I'm not gonna lie. So good job, y'all.
I completely agree with you 100%. Cheers to the Cootie Queens. Now, I do want to ask you before we move on, do you think that that's missing from the web reality space, that true intention and care for the cast that the producers put in?
um for me, I think that I wouldn't necessarily put it on the producers. I think right now we're in a world where baddies and now TV is taking over. So I feel like if you get casted for something, I think every cast member is looking for their next wow, looking for their next shade moment. You know what I mean? Everybody's coming with the intentions on being a star. So everybody's coming to hype it up. So I really wouldn't put it on the producers. I would just think it's kind of the era that we're in right now, and I really want us to move out of this era.
So, what did you think about that, CJ?
I would say that it wouldn't be on the put just on a producer. Like it would be for everybody as a collective.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that for me, it goes back to something we were talking about on a previous episode where D'Angelo asked me about, the responsibility of the producers. And I mentioned this pyramid that happens. And there's a responsibility that the producers have. There's a responsibility that the cast has. There's a responsibility that the people in the room with the cast have. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that each person has to play their part and each person has an influence on what the other person does. So as long as everybody is moving in a responsible way, then I think that the collective picture will all move in a way that's, representative of something positive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now that we've gotten all warm and fuzzy, let's get a little messy. Let's talk a little, ting, 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 ting. And let's get to the loose screws. So, shaking the tables this week, let's go back around to Messy Boots, and I'm going to talk to YOB Lenny, because I thought that it was terrible that you are not listening to your cast and your security and or producer when Toxic said that he didn't throw the drink that got him popped in the face. Like, I just thought that it was crazy. I was like, come on. Like, I get that it's your show. I get that you're, that dude the one that said blah, 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 blah. But you got to get everybody some room. Yeah, call them out. Call them out. That's crazy. Like,
Make them take some kind of accountability.
just a little bit. But what were your thoughts on that, CJ?
Yeah, like I said, I feel like he should have made him at least take some type of accountability for what took place. So that's my take on
it. D'Angelo?
He should have stepped up. As a producer, it is your job to step in when you are needed to step in and to make everything flow. As they seen that scene was solely for them to talk it out, and they were not able to talk it out. I mean, Sad was already on one anyway, so he he really didn't want to talk. But you can tell Toxic wanted to talk, and I think that as viewers, we would have got a better. We probably would have enjoyed it better if we would have seen at least one dynamic, because we didn't see any dynamic where anybody was sitting down having a conversation. It was literally just fighting the whole episode.
And then on top of that, the fact that Lenny led him and told him to go and get in that scene and to hop at that table when all of this happened. It just leads me to wonder, like, how much of what happened did you know was about to happen, and what of that were you trying to facilitate? Did you want the dialogue and whatever happened, or did you know that Sav was on go and you knew that whatever was gonna go on was gonna go on and you need to get footage? You know what I mean? But like I said, I hate sneaking, so. We're going to move on to Butch Queen University, and my loose screw for Butch Queen U is the chat. And the chat in the stream calling James a bottom because he was around there twerking in them itty bitty orange shorts. It really left me with a question that I wanted to pitch to you guys. And I'm going to start with D'Angelo. Do you guys think that seeing a man who you perceive as masculine twerking, does that invalidate his masculinity for you? Does that make you look at him a different type of way?
Not at all. Not at all. Not for me. I am very much so like I want you to be able to twerk. I want you to still be able to be masculine. I don't want somebody that's over masculine. So for me, I like the equal balance, and twerking lets me know like, okay, we gonna have some fun in the bedroom.
All right now, CJ.
Be who you are, living your truth. There, like, just because you're a top don't mean you can't twerk, because there are a lot of tops in this world that shakes their butt. Just do the most, okay? So yeah, that's my take.
I agree 100%. It was funny, but I felt bad for him because he really he really felt the type of way. Like, he was really there to defend his strict topness, and he was not going to be pulled into nobody's that was, and I get what that's like. I get what that's like as somebody who's also a strict top. I get it. But it was hilarious to watch, and I felt bad for him because the twerking was nice. Let's just keep it a buck. Like, he was throwing ass, and I was living. So for him to feel bad about it, I was like, come on, man. Live in your truth, throw that ass in a circle, and let everybody live. Like, this is what we're here for. This is Butch Queen University. Like, this ain't trade university. This is Butch Queens. Be a Butch Queen. You know what I mean?
Butch Queen.
For a reason. But on to more positive things. We're going to move on to the Employee of the Week. So the Employee of the Week is going to go to Maurice from Butch Queen University. He was the dark-skinned guy who had the on-the-fly interview by the pool, who was stating that he wasn't going to be on this show doing any and everything for camera time, and he wasn't going to be doing any and everything to be showing out. He said that he was here to put eyes on his acting and his modeling career, and he had real standards on what he was willing to do and what he wasn't going to do. And I commended him for that.
Is this the platform that he would showcase that in? Or I think that's what I'm trying to ask. Like, would this be like the platform for him to do that? Or so that was my thoughts on it.
I definitely think that's an interesting take, because from what I'm seeing of the platform, I'm not really sure what they're going to be giving, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to really showcase what your overall career goals are. Now, I'm hoping to be proved wrong by that, because I always love a multifaceted show. But from what I'm seeing right now, it seems like it's a lot of, kiki and ha-ha, and, we having a cackling good time. And y'all better come and watch it, because it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? So, D'Angelo, what did you think about it?
I actually thought it was good, especially because he's coming in with a game plan, right? He knows what he wants to display. He knows what he signed up for. He know what he's displaying, and he know what he wants to look like. So for me, I always love someone who has a goal in place, and as long as he stick to the plan and execute his goal, he may be the star breaker. You know what I mean? That actually succeed at what he's trying to do.
100%. I completely agree with you. I think that it was smart for him to have a plan and to have a goal and to have standards for what he will and for what he wasn't willing to do on camera. I think that immediately made him stand out for me, and it made me want to actually go and look at what he does. So I hope that he takes every opportunity that he can within the situations that they're placed in along the journey of the show to direct the narrative back to the things that he does without looking overbearing about it. You know, fingers crossed, but commendable that he did move that way, because I think that every reality star, web or mainstream, should move like that. So with that being said, that's it for our recaps for the week, but stay tuned for our helping hand. First, we're going to take a quick break, and then CJ's got the morning tea. We'll be right back.
One lump or two, it's time for the morning tea.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the morning tea, powered by T News. And the first topic that we're going to be starting with today is us. So, you guys, we got the girls shook. How do you feel about that? Let's start with Oaklyn.
Well, listen. I appreciate everybody who has tuned in to the morning after. I appreciate every single person who's had an opinion. I appreciate everybody who's had a critique. You know, in the world of content creators, I believe that critiques are compliments as long as they're given with, you know, some good intention and, you know, delivered correctly. But like, episode, y'all. Like, it's just so fascinating, mainly to me, because we're in the blogs for having the same opinions as everybody else. That is gaggy to me. Like, you can't tell me anything that we said on this show has not been said by any other person in the web reality space or in the panel coverage space of web reality. So it's just wild to me. Like, why are we getting so much backlash?
Why?
But thank you for watching.
D'Angelo, what do you think about it?
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the morning after show, and definitely stay tuned to tune into more. This is only the beginning, and I cannot wait to see how we finish. But thank everybody for their support.
And I also thank every last one of you for viewing our show as well. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Real Life Reality Network. They coming out with 4 new shows for the 2026 lineup. So there will be 2 new shows, and that's Real Life Houston and Real Life Summer House. And then there's 2 other shows that's returning, which is Real Life Atlanta and Real Life Music Season 3. And speaking of the new show, Real Life Houston, according to an unnamed source, the tea is on that is that the filming session has been a struggle. And D'Angelo, have you spoke with Greg this morning, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what is your take on that? Like the new show and
I think everything's a work in progress. I am rooting for him, and I'm also rooting for the Houston cast to get it together so you guys can produce a good show. I'm dying to see everybody.
same, Oakland?
What are the struggles?
Now that's a good
Sorry,
question.
'cause I just need to know what's going on, because I can't develop an opinion and not have the facts. So what are the struggles that are happening with their filming process in Houston? Do you know? Or is it just like vague?
I think it's a
I feel,
recasting thing. Um, I know a few people that are on the cast, I believe, and I think it's just some reconstruction needs to happen, and they'll be back. They're gonna come out strong.
Okay. Well, you know, I know all about that all too well. From my own experience, I've casted a couple things, and I've had to recast and recast and recast before. So I definitely know how that goes. I understand that type of struggle. Greg is gonna figure it out. He has a very unique eye when it comes to casting, so I know that whoever he ends up putting on the show is going to deliver something. You know what I'm saying? Whether we like it or not, whether we live for it or not, whether y'all live for it or not, he's going to deliver something. And I appreciate his persistence and his tenacity when it comes to his rollouts. Because if he ain't gonna do nothing else, Greg gonna give y'all the show.
Yeah, get it on out there, get it on out there, get it on out there. And the very next topic that I'm going to be talking about as well is Gemini Films.
Mm.
So they just started filming for season 2 of Life's a Drag. And along with that, Karan allegedly also before if before all of this happened, he has been asking people to support his projects by selling his equipment. And if I'm not mistaken, he also been asking people to like fund him for his project. So what do y'all feel about that?
Um, okay, so I heard some things, my ear is not necessarily to the streets, but it is to the parking lot, you know what I mean? So
By the
I've
car?
heard things here and there to and fro, and I've heard him, doing some crowdfunding and, some public outreach to bring back some things and to restructure his platform in certain ways. And I mean, I'm assuming that he got the money to do what he needed to do because from what I'm seeing from the announcement, there was like 5 or 6 shows that was being released or things that he was rolling out.
Yep.
Um, I mean, what can I say? As long as he put the money to what he said that he was going to put the money to, then I don't have any complaints. Cheers to you. Like, turn these shows out, crank these shows out, because it's been murmured around the web reality space for a while now that there's a lack of diversity and there's a lack of platforms. And, I definitely plan on diving into that. But I'm glad that he is bringing back these shows with such force and, diversifying. So cheers to him.
Angela, what's your take on it?
My take on baby, start to GoFundMe. Go knock on the doors. Hello? I wish I would have thought of it first. Hey, can we get some funding? Can we start a GoFundMe? Baby, I ain't mad at you. Because obviously, like you said, CJ and Oakland, it obviously worked because he's rolling out 5 to 6 shows. I seen it the other day and I'm not mad at him. Hey, we missed your G status. At least I do. I'm not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
I love to see what he brings back.
Well, he didn't produce G Status, even though we do miss it too. But we do miss the come up. We do miss all the other shows that he did do and all of that type of stuff. But
Okay, well
I
never
am
mind.
excited to see, how he's going to elevate the platform and the production of these shows going forward because it is a lot of shows coming. So I'm hoping that he didn't bite off more than he can chew and the production value suffers. That's really my main thing about it. But I'm happy that he's back.
And you know what? Another question that popped up to my mind as well when it comes to Life's a Drag, the second season.
Mhm.
So the first season, it came out, I want to say about 2 or 3 years ago, and I really didn't get to see the ending of it. So I wonder how that's going to lead into season 2, or is he going to like do an entire recast for this season or what? So that's what I'm kind. Even though, I mean, I would say I'm just looking forward to it.
Fair enough. I think that there's
Yeah.
definitely, I think that builds anticipation because for the people who were watching the original series, to know that they didn't get a proper ending to it and now to see it coming back, I'm sure that's going to spike curiosity for what is coming. You know what I mean? Whether it's going to be a revival or a reboot. And so I think either way, he's going to garner the attention that he wants for the show. So I am excited to see it. I'm definitely that made me want to go back and watch season 1. So now he's gonna get some residual views off of me too, on top of waiting for the new show. So
And speaking of new shows, we got another one coming. So, Malik Yusuf, who is also was a part of the first season of Real Life Atlanta.
mhm.
And he also has a show called Malik After Dark, which is on OnlyFans.
Oh,
So he has a new show coming out called Made in Birmingham.
okay.
And speaking of that, I would like to ask this question too. And I'm gonna start with you, Oakland. So are you from Alabama, right?
Well, I'm not from Alabama. I'm from North Carolina, but I did spend a significant amount of time in Alabama while I was married. Yes.
Okay, so my question to you is, how do you feel about the new shows that are coming out in Alabama, Birmingham, instead of just like other trendy cities like Dallas, Houston, Atlanta?
I have two feelings about it. And one,
Mhm.
I feel excited about it because I love seeing platforms go into niche cities and go to places that you didn't necessarily expect reality television to be happening and really expose those type of lifestyles and those dynamics. I think that, they say that the truth is stranger than fiction. So, I would love to I love seeing those smaller towns really give those big vibes. You know what I mean? On the other side of that, I'm a little bitter because all of these shows came to Alabama when I moved. So while I
You
support,
know what?
I live for you, while I love you down, I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna support, I'm gonna like, I'm gonna subscribe. But
Feeling some type of way. Yeah, this
just a
type.
scooch, just a skosh. But congratulations. I'm happy for all y'all. Real talk.
D'Angelo.
I feel good. Like I think that honestly, bringing I really wish that more people would go to the smaller cities to bring more personalities out of the smaller city. I'm from a small city myself, so I live for it. You know what I mean? If only we had the chance, or somebody was creating content in Indianapolis, then you guys would have heard of me way more sooner than now. But I live for it. Definitely go to those other cities. If there's somebody who's wanting to do content or wanting to get into producing, do it. Don't be scared. Like I said earlier when we was talking, if you have a goal in mind,
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah, I would love to see Memphis and Little Rock something.
I don't know about Memphis. Them girls gonna be knocking each other's head off, girl. Come on.
Okay, I'm about to say, child,
I
Memphis.
want to see, I want to see some banjiness, you know.
I mean, there's a lot of edginess happening. I mean, we got Messy Boots, we got GameBoyz, we got, baddies in them, and all the now that's TV in them, and them,
Mhm.
it's a lot going on with the
Yes,
bed.
baby. Just pay your Zeus account subscription, and you're gonna be able to tune into their Ratchet TV.
Yeah. I
Yep.
ain't giving them that extra dollar every month. But I do hope that we get, some more elevated television. Like I'm just ready to balance it out. Because I'm not one to, shade one or the other or say that one needs to go away for the other one to come. I'm just saying that we gotta balance it out at some point. But just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And the last topic for the morning tea. So our very own ReVoice Network. So there will be a new show in Houston, and it's called Oh So Cunty, and it will be produced by CJ Smith and again our very own Ressie G.
Yeah.
And I had spoke with Ressie G about the new show, and he tells me that he wanted to stick with the trend to diversify his portfolio. And what is your take on it?
I'll let D'Angelo go first on that
D'Angelo?
Reese, get ready to get with the Ratchets.
one.
I mean,
I am first of all, I am dying to see the project, and then I'm also dying to see his reactions to the project.
I agree with that. I think that knowing knowing Reese personally, I know that there's going to be a unique spin on the trend, and there's going to be some type of twist, some type of shabrique, some type of shana, some type of something going on in the mix in the Kool-Aid. So I'm ready to see how he's gonna flip what's going on in this Banji fight oriented space on its head. But the thought process behind it is more so what I commend because I love somebody who is multifaceted. I love somebody who diversifies their portfolio and sprinkles their talent among several different spaces. And so seeing that, always gonna get a 10 from me.
And dealing with different personalities.
Listen, I'm not gonna be there. Well, at least not on the cast. But listen, we will
You want to
review.
sign up, Oakland? You want to sign up?
Absolutely. I'm too old to fight.
You calling the police?
I'm too old to fight unprovoked. No. Now I will defend myself, but I'm not gonna sign up for a show to fight.
I got you.
That's the difference. You know what I mean? Now I'm not gonna call the police because I'm still, I'm just a tad old school and I'm a tad toxic. Because I might want my lick back 1 of 5 times. So, but I do believe in, don't start none, won't be none. That's all.
And mind your business and nothing won't happen.
Or at least mind the business that pays you. And if you ain't got no business that pays you, go fill out a job application. Praise the Lord. Thanks.
Hallelujah. Hopefully you get an interview.
Okay.
There we go.
And a new hair badge. Okay, so that concludes our segment for the morning tea, and we will be passing it over to D'Angelo.
I want to know where you've been. I want to know what you're doing. And I want to know what's been brewing. This Saturday, I had the pleasure of interviewing none other than Greg Ruffin, the CEO of Real Life Reality. Let's go ahead and check out our conversation. And Greg, thank you so much for tuning in with us on What's Been Brewing. And I am actually going to jump right into the questions because I know you have a lot going on and you have a lot brewing at the moment.
Good morning to you too.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm well this morning. I'm well early morning, but I'm here.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump right on into it.
Mhm.
So, my first question for you today is actually going to be: have you always had a passion for producing?
I think I have. I think I did, but I didn't know the name of it. You know what I mean? I didn't know what was the proper wording or the name for it, but I think I have. Most definitely.
Okay. So, you always had the niche or the idea that you wanted to create things. You just didn't necessarily know what the name of it was. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely did because yeah, I think because of my background, we I grew up in a certain environment. We didn't use those type of word like producing and stuff like that. But I think once I left that place, I kind of articulated better when I began to see other things happening and stuff like that. But most definitely.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, then let me ask you this. So, out of your all of your different shows, name your top three cast members that you enjoy the most.
I wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it can be for many things, right? You
Mhm.
can. So, just start off.
Start off. Wow. It do have to be current and now
They don't
or
have to be current. They can be past, present, whatever you would like to give us.
okay, I would have to say, hmm, Bryson. I love
Okay.
working with Bryson. He was fun to work with. I knew the scene was gonna always be T if Bryson was there. A group scene. J Dot,
Mm-hmm.
Blackboard George, and Manaya Adams.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I like those three. So I'll give you that. Yes, I agree with you. I like those three. All
Mhm.
right. So can you explain to the viewers what happened with the original footage from Real Life Reality Season 1 Reunion, Part 1?
Oh, you talking about the big fight?
Well, there was you guys went black and you put up a word and you basically had said that due to this was pre-recorded or something due to the
Well,
original
which show
footage.
you talking about though?
Real
Who was
Life
on that?
Reality Season 1 Reunion.
Real Life Rally is the network. I'm saying which show on the network you talking?
Atlanta. The one with Nardi, J Dot. So it was your recent one that you recently just dropped.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to see. I do remember putting that sign up. I can't remember. Um, Was it a reunion or or a
It was
season?
the reunion.
I don't know.
It's
So
okay.
many shit. I'm so serious. I do remember that. But part two haven't came out yet.
Part two has not came out yet. We
Y-
are
y-
waiting on it.
Right, it's coming. I'm so
Okay.
busy, and
You got a lot brewing, huh?
yeah, I do, and I'll just be just. But I'm learning to do better with not, putting a certain amount on my plate at a time. But I can't recall. I'm trying to see which part are you talking about. But I do know. I think we was into filming, and it had stopped filming at that point, and then it was a lot of commotion going on. I can't honestly remember.
Okay. All right. Well, since we're on a little bit on that topic, can you explain to the viewers exactly why you changed the name from Real Life Philanthropy to Real Life Reality, or are they still two different entities?
Yeah, so real life philanthropy is this was like the original show, and then you got real life ATL. You talking about the show with Nard? That's ATL.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so no, these two different entities, two different shows. I was going to bring philanthropy back, but I don't think I want to do it in Atlanta, right? I want to really do it with people that's in philanthropy, that into nonprofit. So I didn't want to do it without the right people. So I just did ATL. So ATL allowed people of all working background to be a part of it. As long as they have some type of work in, you don't have to be a philanthropist, you don't have to be a nonprofit consultant, excuse me, leader or something like that. So ATL just opened up the thing where it made more sense, where we have a group of friends that's just in a group versus people that's in nonprofit, because that was always the number one question with philanthropy. Why they ain't doing philanthropy? Why they ain't doing this? Why they ain't doing that? So I want to do it. That's my passion because I'm in a nonprofit sector myself. So I love it. At the same time, I really want people that really do it in some type of way, in some form or fashion.
Okay. I like that. So a small rebrand. Sounds
Right,
like.
right. I want to do it. I really do. I think somewhere like DC, once I get done with, so to be clear, ATL, Bama, we got H Town, and then we're gonna do Mississippi. All of those are part of the same umbrella. Music, philanthropy, ballroom, all of them was under the same umbrella. Ballroom, I'm not gonna do that again. But philanthropy, I want to bring that back. So the only one that's left from the original um sector is music, because music
Okay.
just easy to do. It makes sense. Everybody's an artist in Atlanta, so music is always my most fun thing to do because it's so easy. Who don't rap, who don't sing in Atlanta, right? So that's easy to do. Philanthropy was like more my passion. I love it. But it's just more challenging to do because it's hard to find those people that's in that sector want to be on a reality show, because a lot of time they feel like if you in that sector, you got to act a certain way
Right.
because
That's true.
charity associated with it, giving back associated. So they don't want to be into a lot of drama a lot of time.
That's true.
Yeah.
And drama is good, but then sometimes we want to see equal balance. Okay, we don't want to
Equal
see too much
balance,
drama.
yes. And I think Jamie Allen from Philanthropy season one, um, or OG, I think he's the perfect balance of that. Like he give you philanthropy, but then he definitely had season where he was also in the mess or giving his opinion whether it was good or bad, but he still maintained his philanthropy and stuff. So now he into politics. So I think he's the perfect example of a person that can balance it and do it all. But some people just don't know how, and they just feel like when we do reality TV, it's an escape for us. So we want the drama because we want to be entertained. So when that's the only thing the network highlight more, because that's the most thing people, the most popular thing, a lot of those people that's in that sector don't like that because they want more they work to show. But you
Yes.
know, it don't work out like that sometimes. But I really want to because I love it. I'm in a nonprofit sector, and I live a very untraditional life, meaning that a lot of people say because I'm in there, when they used to see me out in the club having a good time, they'd be like, I can't do those type of things. But that was the whole point of the show that you can still be in this philanthropy space, nonprofit space, and you can still have a good time, read the girls, whatever you want to say. That was the whole idea of me trying to do it, but it just didn't translate as much as I wanted to.
Okay, I can respect that. So
Mhm.
speaking of interviews, right? I actually see recently it was announced that you are going to be a cast member of the Producer to Producer show, and
Mhm.
as well, I've seen that you was interviewed by our own Ressie G. What can we
Mhm.
expect to see from that conversation, or what can we expect to learn from that conversation?
Oh, so much. It was so easy talking to Reese. It's almost like you know how you talk to someone, it's like you've been knowing them. It was so
Yeah.
easy because I think Reese he's so good at what he do, so he just made it so easy. So I kind of really share on a first time on a public platform my real background. So a lot of background about where I come from. I grew up in a cult, all of that type of stuff. So I think it was just really more talking to Reese about who I'm really am versus just having a conversation like a political correct conversation because it was so easy talking to him and I just felt like why not share. So it was just comfortable that it was a conversation. So it was I think people gonna really kind of understand me a little bit more in
More.
terms of why I do certain things as far as community events, why I'm so involved in my cast members stuff a lot of time while I'm coming from behind the camera. And I think once you understand my background, you understand my thought process and how I think and why I think the way I do. So it was just an easy, great conversation with Mr. Reese that I really enjoyed.
Okay, well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And then now that you just put out there that you were raised in a cult, I'm even more looking forward to seeing what you talk about now. I'm tuning
Oh,
in,
good.
so I'm even more interested. All right, so we have a few more questions.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna go with this one. Name two of your OG cast members that you will love to see back on our screens.
Mm. I would love to see Bryson and Malik back in some capacity.
Okay, but
Yeah.
isn't Malik doing something now?
Yeah, Malik have his own network in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay,
So he
congratulations,
have his
Malik.
own
Yeah.
network, Made in Birmingham. Well, he have a show called Made in Birmingham that's going to premiere next month. So we still really support it. And I think the one thing I did respect about Malik and I had just seen him this weekend, it's like when you become a producer, you kind of understand certain things. So
Yes.
that's for me why I don't go on my platform to talk about other producers because I just think if we're in the same business, we never should ever talk about each other. That's just I just don't do that. So, I can have a kitchen table talk with people behind the scene, which I think we all do, and it's okay. And we can, but I think using your platform to go out there, someone that do the same thing you do, it just never makes sense to me.
Yes.
So,
100%.
Malik understand that better now, and it have made our relationship even more tighter because he been producing. You go into that same stage I went through with cast members, where when you was a cast member, you don't see that same thing where the frustration of being late, the frustration of let's develop, the frustration of all of that. But now he going through it, so I think he have a much more appreciation for me, and we're much closer. Every time we talk, he helped me out a lot when I was filming in Alabama, real life in Bama with spaces and different things. Yeah, and then Bryson too. I think most people understand. Um, Bryson was dope. It just Bryson was Bryson, right? And I think
He
it wasn't
was.
good for the collective
Yes,
because
I think.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Some people felt like I was treating him better, right? And I probably was giving him a pass because me and him had developed a friendship. But it wasn't good for when I'm bringing new people in because new people pick up on that. So I had to put some boundaries in place to better the network in terms of new people. Not because I hated Bryson or different things like that. It was just a lot of those new people was coming to me and they wasn't lying, to be honest. But at the same time, is just a lot to deal with. But I would love to have Bryson back because Bryson gonna always make great TV, and he easy to work with, and we can cuss each other out, and I know he's not gonna take it personal, right? And the same way with
Yes.
me. So it was just more like that. But it was just certain things I had to put in place for the better good for moving forward, where I can have a system in place when new people come in, I'm not being biased and stuff like that.
Okay. Yes. Well, maybe you should bring Bryson back and build a group around him. So then that way their energy can
Mm.
be good because he's definitely good for TV. And it did come off a little bit that you was a little bit favoritism towards him. But I'm
But if
glad
you
that
been
you
around
actually,
Bryson gonna be in two of the people tomorrow and ready to get rid of him.
well, it's okay.
Yeah, I
I mean,
got you.
it happens in a cash shakeup.
It
It
happened,
happens.
yeah. I never thought about that. That probably could be a better fit for him in terms of him feeling, okay.
Just give
Okay.
me a producer credit whenever you come out with it, okay?
I got you.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I actually think I have, let's see, I think you kind of went through some of my questions. I have one more.
Okay.
This one we're going to get a little deep, right?
Okay.
So it is rumored that a lot of your cast members do partake in partying drugs and enhancements. I
Hmm.
wanted to know what is your view on that and where is your standpoint when it comes to enhancement drugs?
I'm not for it at all. And a lot of times I think so to be let me take you back because you remember I told you I grew up in a cult, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
grew up in a church cult. So I did not working with these people. I take people as face value. I
Mm-hmm.
don't I'm not into the necessarily the background check and I'm not gonna go over your whole life. If you tell me this is who you are, you don't do this unless I see that or you tell me different, I take people at face value, and that's what it was. It wasn't that I knew that they was doing these things. I took them at face value. At the same
Okay.
time, I think for me also too, I believe in working and accepting all type of people, real life, regular people, relentless stories. So for me, I'm attracted to people that is that the common regular looking type of person that's not more approachable. I say more approachable style. So when I did find out that they did those things, if they was willing to be honest and they had the aesthetics of what I'm looking for, meaning a more approachable, they're not looking down on other people, they don't think they bigger than a program, I'm able to work with them. So that's why the J Dots, right? That's why well, it was a situation with Perimeter. Perimeter was on the house show. And the
Mm-hmm.
only reason why we had I had to let Perimeter go because Perimeter, when production started, they knew was no drugs in the house. When I found out that we filmed that they did a drug, I went to Perimeter because it was a massive situation where someone was had essay claims on them on J Dot. Perimeter was saying J Dot violated him in such a way. And I went to him, I let him tell his story because for me, you don't get in the midst of that. Like
Right.
production, we're gonna let you tell it your way because it's your story. But when we start to investigate and I started asking, was it drug involved? Because I know when drugs is involved, things are much different. He's swarping down. They never know drug. So when the show rolled out, he got in the comments and said, "Oh, I was on drugs." And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, it's not even that you was on drugs. It's the fact that you lied to production. So that let me know I cannot trust you.
Can't
The
trust you.
reason why Jada is still with us and he been through some tough season is because Jada have always been forthcoming. So if I ask Jada a question, Jada gonna always give me an answer. And the thing about it, I had all those situations where Jada I had to dealing with drug. I always have to go back and apologize simply because he what he told me happened. But as a producer, I can't take your word. I have to let things play out. Now I'm willing to come back and apologize, but I can't just say, Jada, I'm gonna take your side because you know I'm telling the truth. As a producer, I have to give them I have to get on the platform and say something. I have to give you the platform to say something. Now, if I'm wrong, I always come back and apologize. And I will say, out of all those three situations, Jada have always been vindicated in some way or fashion. So I'm against the drugs. I really don't know they be on drugs because I don't know what the signs to look for. Now I know now by working around it, but at the same time, it's not a deal breaker for me though. But if you come to set and you start to cause a certain ruckus in a way that we can no longer bear, I will let you go. That's why Karma was also one of my faves. She's going to be on music season 3 when it come out the top of the year, and
Nice.
she filmed, but later found out she was on drugs. I didn't know that because I just don't want to assume people on drugs. So I don't be knowing the signs. But to answer the question, the original question, I'm not for it. I'm against it. I don't do it. And I don't want it done around me. But
Okay. Is that what happened to Apollo?
Apollo too, yep. But Apollo came back clean and sober, and we see him on Philanthropy season 2 or 3 with when the last season Bryson was on, and stuff like that. So that's the one reason why I let him back because he was coming back clean. So I'm
Mhm.
definitely not for it. But at the same time, if these people saying that they change and they different things like that,
You
I
have to
come
take
from an
them for what
environment
they
where we
say.
accept all
Yep.
people, and I
Hmm.
believe in accepting all type of people, and I love approachable people because I feel like my desire is to take regular people and give them the lifestyle without change because I feel like when you have to change and compromise is where you're going to find yourself sad, depressed, all these other emotions. But when you can truly just be yourself and you can still have the same validation as the people that's shiny and golden, I think that's where the magic come in, and that's what I want to do.
I love that. I love that. All right. So I actually see that you are hosting another festival, and we
Mhm.
want to know what can we expect to see from this year's festival, and how will it be different from last year's?
Oh man, this festival is gonna be different from next year because last year because we started out last year we were gonna do six, but I had to let one of the events go because of timing and I didn't plan as well. This year we got seven events and we're gonna have the welcome on that Thursday, Friday two events, Saturday two events, Sunday two events. So it's gonna be different because I have a bigger staff, I have more volunteers, I have bigger sponsors, everything is already paid for. So I actually started making sure my execution was done in January to get me here. So I don't do no events throughout the year anymore because like I said, I'm also in the nonprofit sector. I have worked with a lot of the councilmen here in Atlanta in the inner city where I'm more really known for before I got into this space was community work. I did a lot of giveaways, summits and stuff like that as far as with like the mayors, the councilmen in the city of Atlanta, like up through Cascade, I think District 6, District 4, all of those type of places. But what I wanted to do, I said I want to take everything that I do. That's why I call GDR Festival, meaning Gregory Demetrius Ruffin Festival. Everything that I love, which is media, community, entrepreneurship, and I put it under one festival. So we're gonna welcome the first day. The second day we have a social media workshop where I don't want to just teach it from a TikTok perspective. I'm bringing in professionals where you would go, like, let's say you got a business and you want to go to a media company to make your brand bigger. It's those type of people coming in, but I also want to mix it up with people that's in our space that do social media well and mix it together because I don't want to just teach it from a shiny perspective. I also want to teach it from a business perspective. That Friday night we have the Black Gay Perspective Live talk show. This is the only talk show once a year that we do live with a live studio audience. So we bring in a lot of guests in for that. Saturday is the giveaway. We're gonna be giving out hygiene supplies, school supplies, electronics. Some of my sponsors are like Target, Walmart, Fresh Market, Kroger, TJ Maxx, all these type of places they donate all through the year. So I just save all of that. And then at night we got the concert, one stage, 15 artists. Rebel and Dubove going to be headlining that.
Yeah.
Sunday at the Sonesta Hotel, we're going to be doing real life reality first look event. We're going to get your first look for Real Life in Music Season 3, your first look of Real Life H-Town. We've been filming out in Houston this year. We're going to get your first look of Real Life Reality Summer House. And then you're going to also get your first look for Real Life ATL Season 2, with we've been filming that. And then Sunday night, we're doing a nonprofit kickback. So we invite all type of nonprofit leaders, creators, come together and just kick back, but also network with other nonprofit leaders. It's gonna be
Okay.
bigger and better. More sponsors, we're more organized, and we're gonna just have a good time. And the main thing is it's free.
I love that. I love that. All right. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing about the hubbub from it.
Yes, yes,
Fine.
yes, yes, yes.
So I guess for me, right, I would definitely ask, besides that, what else do you have brewing? But before you answer that question,
Hmm.
I actually wanted to know that I do see that you do have two new shows out and you spoke about it, which is the real life of Summer House, and then you also have the real life of H Town. I wanted to know what is going to be different about it, and then what can we expect to see from those two shows, and
Hmm.
how has filming been for those shows?
Also, Houston is great, right? Because my family live out in Houston. They've been out there for 13 years. I just don't like Houston, so I can't. I be wanna, but
I agree.
I love Atlanta, but
Yeah.
I've been to Dallas. I think I would love Dallas more because I love black stuff. So I know I would love Dallas.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna visit out there. I'm coming back out there in December, and I'm be out there for like a month filming with them. Filming been amazing, and what make this cast more different from Houston, we have like cisgender women. So I didn't want to just make sure it's a gay show. I kind of I'm transferring my network from a gay platform to a black gay platform. So
Yes.
it allowed black women, straight men. Also, too, on Real Life in Music Season 3, we also have two straight artists that's going to be appearing on the show as well. So I'm kind of want to get into blackness. That's kind of my goal. I'm
Yes.
moving that needle. It's been tough because I'm known for this, but I want to make it a black and gay network so I can have black people all together. So music was the most my challenging one season 3 because a lot of artists wanted to do the show, but they was like, well, we okay to film with the gay guys. We don't want to film with the trans girls. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I say because y'all have a stigma too. They say y'all don't do nothing but beat up y'all girlfriend and have babies in everywhere. I said, so every group of us have stigma. The whole point of the show is looking past those stigmas.
Eliminate those stigmas. Yes.
Exactly. So a couple of artists still stayed on board and they did, and it was dope. And then Houston, we have cisgender women, and then I think we also have a trans man for the first time that we're going to showcase, doing a lot of amazing work.
I know a few of your Houston cast members actually.
You knew?
I do. Yeah.
Yes. Um so the trailer gonna drop on the 7th. So everything gonna drop on our YouTube channel, even though we're gonna be live at the hotel. I'm also have it already on the YouTube premiering at a certain time. And I think Houston gonna be the best teaser because and we got Gerald from Real Life and Music, Real Life Philanthropy season 1. He's in Houston now. He been
That's my good
filming.
girlfriend.
Huh?
Girl, that's one of my girls.
You the friend.
We go way back.
Oh my God. He told me about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's good. And so the drama kicked off the first day. You know, that's a producer dream when you do stuff like that. But it was organic though. I promise you.
Yes.
It happened so fast. I think it was a misunderstanding. But if you know Gerald, he don't be knowing. So Gerald had to boom, boom, boom. He had to make it known like boom, 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 boom. This is my boundary. So it was really good. And Summer House is just more of a fun show, man. I got a couple of people in the house to when we did the music house. I didn't want to do that anymore because I put so much in real life in music. I just said I want to do something fun. And so we brought Bando back. We got Vundale from music, and we got some other new people. And it was just a good time. They just
I like
got
Von
drunk.
Darrell's music. I do enjoy his music, so I'm happy you brought him back. I enjoy
Yes,
his music.
Vundale, Ty was there in the house. And then what happened was some people didn't stay in the house. They would just come a day, hang out with the group, do an activity, go out, and then they'll leave the next day. And so that kind of made it fun too. So you'll kind of see them come in and out. And then we had the people that just stayed in the house. And I felt like it brought people closer. We have a new trans woman that will be she's gonna be on both of my shows. She's gonna be on the Summer House show and she's gonna be on ATL this new season. And
Nice.
she's bringing it. She's very well educated. She's in the um corporate world. She do a lot of nonprofit activist work for trans women in the gay community. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. So Summer House is just a fun show. Houston is really good, but I'm going back out there after my festival to finish up with them to March. And I think it's gonna be
Okay.
a great project. We're gonna have a premiere party, so y'all gotta come down.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might see me in a scene or two.
I listen. I hope so. I'm gonna be in Houston more. I'm just finishing my festival and I'm coming right down there because I love this project. Like I said, it's more diversity. Like so, we got some great women, cis women, and they bringing it from like different background. We got like a one that's married. We have a trans man that is known around Houston. You probably know him in Dallas as well. He do all the major parties and out the hours. So it was just
That's
fun.
also
Like
my good girlfriend.
yeah, I filmed
That's
with
my good boyfriend, actually.
yeah, I filmed with them, and he had me going all around the city. We would like the background and the range of parties that he do is amazing.
It is. He's amazing. Amazing.
Yes,
He
yes,
is.
brings
Yeah.
so much to the show. It's an elevation for the network. I feel so.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be really dope. And then, like I said, I love the OG back, so I like that Gerald is back in the mix. And Gerald is Gerald. I love
And
it.
we're gonna keep him back.
Yeah,
So we
yes,
gonna keep him back.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. We're gonna keep him
I
back. You know,
got you. I got you.
we in a better place. Like that's the thing about doing this. I always love my OGs. Any OG because they understood the vision before the vision was a vision. So Gerald was just excited. He came and he did what he did, and now he's much in a better place. But you know, he's still G, and I love him for that.
That's true.
Even when I don't love him for that, I still love him overall for that. Because Gerald is Gerald, and he do not
He
give a fuck.
is. He is. Well, I'm looking forward to all the shows that you have coming on. Is there anything else that you want to let the people know as far as like what you have brewing that we may have not seen yet?
No, just come. If you're in Atlanta, December the 4th to the 7th, come to the GDR Festival. Like I said, we're gonna start in the city. We're gonna be somewhere everywhere. But if you're gonna Eventbrite and put in the GDR Festival, all my events gonna come. I have 7 events. We're gonna have food, drinks, more than enough of fun. Like if you know a real life rally party, we gonna have a good time. And I would say the number one event you want to come to is that concert Saturday night because we're gonna have a good time. I have some amazing artists. So excited. We brought Rebel back from season 1. I am Bo from season 1. We got a lot of season 1 people from music that's coming back to perform. So that's gonna be a good reunion. So come to that. Like I said, go to Eventbrite, put in the GDR Festival. All my 7 events going to come up, and all of them are free. We're going to have plenty of food, drink, prizes, gift bags, all of that type of stuff. So I'm really excited about this festival this year.
Before we go, I actually caught something that you said earlier, and you mentioned something about Mississippi. So, will we be seeing the Mississippi franchise coming about? Can you give me an exclusive
Yes,
on
it's
that?
going to premiere 2027. So the T was I wanted to do Mississippi before Houston, but I have more family, and it just make more sense to do it in a bigger city, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't want to go up north. I can still Texas is still southern, but I can get that city feel. So Mississippi, we start filming this year. So this is also another some OT. We're gonna actually do the cash trip of ATL in Mississippi. So we're gonna start looking, we're gonna connect the dots down there. So we're gonna do that cash trip in March and Mississippi, and we'll most likely start filming Mississippi in the summer. So that's gonna be the leeway into Mississippi because Houston wrapped in March, and then ATL's I think they the only one get a cash trip this year to Mississippi, going down by the coast and some area down there. Country Boy from the show, he's from that area as well as one of the new other cast members, but we're gonna also bring in that Mississippi in that way. So we're gonna start filming in 26. You'll get a first look at the end of next year, and it's gonna premiere in 2027. So I'm super excited about Mississippi. I'm really excited because I just love the Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. So yeah, Mississippi will definitely start filming next year in the summer and premiere 2027.
All right. Well, I know it's going to be a good project. I am definitely looking forward to it. And then once again, we definitely want to thank you for joining us this morning on What's Been Brewing.
Thank you so much for having me this morning. You guys have an awesome day today. Have an awesome morning, noon, night, all of that good stuff.
Thank you. You have one as well.
Yes,
And I
sir.
hope to see you soon.
You will.
So, how did you guys feel about that lovely interview that we had this week?
I have to say, I'm thoroughly impressed. I think that your interviewing skills are getting greater every week, and I'm really loving what you actually pulled out of him during the interview. We got some really exciting stuff, and yeah, that was tea. Very nice.
What about yourself, CJ?
Same. I was loving the questions that you asked them because if it was me, I would ask them the same things. I loved it.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, so it's only going to get better in time, Oakland. Like you said, more episodes, the more better we're going to get.
Absolutely.
We
Like
are
Amani
getting
said, like Amani Vincent said, stronger and better.
after our interview, after the interview, guys, I'm definitely ready to see what his conversation is like with Ressie on the producer to producer. I am definitely looking forward to it, and I hope all of you are as well. So please make sure y'all tune in. And after this, we'll be right back with our helping hand.
If it comes to your brain, it's meant for you to do.
We said we were gonna do something. We set out to do it, but we just can't give up.
My family keeps me going. Knowing that I can do it keeps me going.
What's one piece of advice I would give to you?
So you were raised in a cult. What brought you back to your faith? Do you think true love exists? So T.I. helped you start your business. Did you feel betrayed? Because I did. You soared with your 15 minutes of fame. So just tell me the truth. Producer to producer.
We are back with our helping hand, and I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach with this helping hand, and I wanted to give some production criticism advice to each one of the studios that we covered today, because I think you all have some amazing shows, but I think that there's just a little bit of advice that I can give you guys to just punch it to the next level so that you guys can reach even wider of an audience, right? So I'm going to start with Messy Boots and Taki Studios because my note for you guys is actually the exact same. While you guys are in production, I think that you guys should develop your story a little bit more so that it can easily translate to your core audience as well as the people who are watching it for the first time. I think that you both are on to something that's really good, especially with the trend and the way that things are happening. You're creating something that can stand out in this space. I just need you both to polish what you're producing just a little bit. But you guys are on the right track, right? Now, with Avenue Street Co., who produces Butch Queen University, I think that you guys have a really interesting concept when it comes to the combination of creating these edited episodes for a stream-a-thon. I think that that's very interesting, and I like how you guys are giving a dual experience with the same cast in the same environment. But I think that the structure of the episodes could be tightened up and streamlined a little bit more. I think that for the people who didn't follow the stream while it was happening, and for the people who don't know who these cast members are, there's little things that you could tweak in the edits that would make the show come across a lot easier, right? Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of tough love because it's going to go into the point of what I'm trying to say. When I was doing my notes for the episode, I had to actually go to the Instagram page for Butch Queen University to figure out the names of the people that I was referencing in the episode. Because while we did the house tour and all of that, you know, there was too much going on that I didn't get to really learn everybody's names. And without, you know, little things in the edit to make us, you know, be able to clearly follow everybody, we got lost, right? Now, I want to say this because I'm not saying this to shade you, right? I'm saying this to stress how important little things in the edit can be to make the show come across completely different, right? You've got an amazing concept. You just also need some polishing too, but the specifics of what you need are just a little bit different than Taki Studios and Messy Boots. But I think that these were some great shows. I think they gave us a lot of interesting content, and they all gave us something different than what we've been covering in the space. So I'm excited to see how these shows develop going forward. That I will say for sure. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to contribute?
No, I think like you said, you know, those little details will help us will help the people understand a lot more better. And then it'll just kind of streamline the whole thing a lot more better because we did have to go to the Instagram to get their name. If you already wasn't privy with their names, luckily I followed some of them already, so I kind of knew some of their names. But definitely the name things. I think he should probably put that up in the next episode. But other than that, you know, we get it. It's your first time trying, so hey, definitely take this as a lesson and don't take this as shade because we're not here to throw shade. We're only here to better the web reality world.
For sure. Did you have anything, CJ?
No, I really didn't have anything. Like, pretty much everything that you said was really on point.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, on that note, that has been our show. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're here for the first time, thank you for joining us. If you're back, thank you for sticking around. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and make sure that you leave your thoughts of this week's menu in the comments. And we'll see you next Saturday. Stay tuned.